Unbelievable. God must really want me to do this video, and the devil must really want me not to do it. You would not believe the issues I've had. I know the lighting is whack. I'm sorry. I just finished recording it, and all of a sudden it disappeared. I've done this like 10 times, so I'm going to just jump in there. We've all seen people say that they saw the handwriting on the wall. Now, a lot of people know where that comes from, but some don't. It is a reference to a story in the Bible, and the handwriting on the wall was God's handwriting, and it was a warning. We should have seen the handwriting on the wall of COVID a long time ago. I have to say, some of us did. From the very beginning, this thing has stunk to high heaven. They have lied to us again and again and again. Just recently, Congress is wanting to investigate the CDC for their inflated numbers of COVID cases and deaths. They have lied the entire time. Whenever anything that they ask you to do is based on a lie, or is based on, or they're trying to manipulate you, or mostly using fear, which they did, fear of a virus. When should you fear a virus? But they used this fear. They told you this deadly, deadly disease and told you to wear a mask and lockdown. And we bought it. Never fall for that again. I'm telling you, never fall for that again. Next time they won't be so subtle. This time it seemed kind of obvious. When have they ever used fear? When have they ever scared people to death or made you feel guilty for not wearing a mask or not let you go somewhere? When the mask and the lockdowns began, that was when we should have begun protesting. When we realized they were allowing riots in the streets but not allowing you to sing in church, that's when we should have begun protesting. When you were told you could go to Walmart, but you couldn't go to the neighborhood store, that's when we should have started protesting. When you couldn't get your hair cut, but you could grab a beer, that's when we should have started protesting. When members of Congress were wearing masks when the cameras were on and then took them off when they thought the cameras were off, that's when we should have started protesting. When they allowed them to have the Emmys without masks and sitting together, but you still couldn't sit in church, that's when we should have started protesting. We missed the ball again and again and again and again, and we sat back and we allowed them to get us to be afraid, to force us to wear a mask, to force us, some people, to get vaccinated. And now, when the mask mandate is affecting school children, parents are standing up and protesting. When the airline pilots are told they have to be vaccinated or lose their job, they're walking off the job. Medical professionals are walking off their job. That should tell you something. Most airline pilots are former military. Think about that. They know a lot. They know a lot more than you and I. We dropped the ball. And I say we, I mean Christians. I mean people who know God, who know God's ways, who hear His voice, should have known better. And some of us, I have to admit, we did. I mean, Bill lost his YouTube channel because he did a story from the WHO. I lost Twitter. He lost Facebook. I mean, and I'm not trying to say we were right, whatever, but my point is, when the handwriting is on the wall, get on your knees. Some of us did. And I'm going to make you a promise, and I know this is true. God will right this ship. He will turn this around. He will put things the way they should be. But we can't ever allow this to happen again. It wasn't just the COVID, it wasn't just the vaccines and the mask mandates, but look at the 2020 elections. President Trump won the 2020 elections. He won it, and they stole it. And some of us fought it for a while, and then it just, went, and we kind of went, well, oh well. No, not oh well. If we do not straighten out the 2020 elections, who cares about 2022 and 2024? But all of this All of this stuff, all of it is all about control and making America be a communist country. But America is not going to be a communist country. But we have to fight tooth and nail to make sure that we never allow this to happen again. We have to fight on our knees. We have to fight on our feet. We have to fight in any way that comes to us to fight. Don't ever fall for the lies and the manipulations again. If they are lying to you, if they are manipulating you, if they're using fear to control you, that's not of God. That's of the enemy. It's demonic. This whole thing is demonic. And one of the things that is in my soul, my spirit, to say is God will right this ship, but we have to get much better at discerning what's going on. We have to get much better at hearing his voice. We have to get much better at recognizing when they're trying to pull the wool over our eyes. Because, man, they pulled a whole wool sweater over us. We need to grow up and we need to learn. We can't let this happen again. We can't. Next time it might not be as obvious. This was kind of obvious. But it was couched in, but they're protecting our health. No, they're not. Do your own research. No, they're not. It has nothing to do with your health. It has everything to do with control. But I am going to say it again. God will right this ship. But we can't let it happen again. Learn spiritual warfare. Learn how to fight. Ask the Holy Spirit for guidance, because this can't happen again. But there is hope. God will right the ship, because God is absolutely good. God bless you. God bless President Donald John Trump. And God bless these United States of America. Thank you. Good day.